Hi, Wolfelder here. This is my first YouTube videos I'm doing for a game, PS4 game, Star Trek Online, which I really enjoy. Meant to play it on the PC, never got around to it. Here what we're quickly doing is earning money, earning energy credits. And this is how you earn 600,000 to 800,000 a day. I'm not sure the number, I'll look it up, type it in the bottom. First key to this is I'm over level 50. I have this obelisk subspace drive, warp core. But you can also get Romulan drives. Basically, the key to them is that they lower your slipstream cooldown 50%. And then in the traits, captain traits, I only did the 25% reduction in regular hyperspeed or whatever. So you're in the bottom right-hand corner. This is a daily event, and you're doing Tour of the Galaxy. And I line up as if I'm going to head northwest, and I get ready to accept the tour. I'm lined up right with the planet. I start at regular speed. I touch the first planet, and I head northwest to Kronos. And once I verify it's locked, which is an important key to this, you'll find, once it's on position, I immediately do my first slipstream of many, which is high speed to the first planet. Now I'm already lined up for the first planet, but I know I'm going to have extra speed, so I get ready. In this case, I know that my second planet is kind of needs a bounce, so I'm lined up in the middle, and I'm slightly to the left, and I get a nice little bounce, which kind of takes care of the turn for me, because in slipstream you don't turn well or quickly, and you get almost a good way to the second planet. At this point, I then go ahead and activate the mission as a primary finally, so that I can have all my planets yellowed, and I buy myself a few 10 seconds or so by doing it in between planets like that. And I'm now at regular speed, already approaching it, and I go ahead and get a bounce on this one just because I can. Probably don't need it, but it kind of takes care of the turn for me. I then double check, triple check my lock on the space station we're coming up on. And this video at this point is already double speed, so that this goes faster for us all. And I do an important bounce off that space station, which is kind of tricky because it's small. But if you really get a good bounce, you can pretty much go straight like I did there. I was pretty much perfect to treeless, and immediately turn around half speed, get in the right direction, full speed, and then practice, make sure I double check I get a lock on the next planet. And at some point here, I just keep going, try to get slipstream, which you get by hitting the D-pad up twice. I just do that every 2 seconds or so until it hits, because it's important you get the slipstream. Is almost every time you can be running slipstream you want to be. There's a few exceptions. Basically, you want to be on a long runway. You want to have the slipstream end near a planet. Now, I almost didn't get a lock right here, and so I had to terminate the slipstream to not miss the planet. It was a manual adjustment, and that cost me a little time, but less time than if I went past it. So that can happen once or twice on a run, and you can still adjust if you're really quick. So we're locked on the next planet, regular speed, and going to the next two are in a straight line. So this one you don't have to bounce. I think that's true. Just waiting here. I'm looking at the. Maybe I'm wrong. We're already to the point where we're gonna have a turn. So I do a bounce turn, get lined up, and immediately slipstream. And even while slipstreamed, you can relock to get the right elevation. And this one you're going to terminate when you hit the planet, or do a bounce and immediately stop the speed like I'm doing. High speed, half speed turn quickly, relock, and get the next planet, and you're in course. Next two are going to be down to the southeast, and so as soon as you touch this planet and turn, get a lock, you're going to slipstream to both of them. And these slipstreams where you get two at a time on a nice long run, That wasn't the most graceful. There, I'm en route in slipstream. I'm going to just touch the one and then lock on the other. This one doesn't mean much of a bounce because it's a pretty straight, but I almost missed the elevation there, so I'm making sure the lock corrects for that. When I say lock, I mean lock in the main map. It'll do auto navigation, but it's not precise. It doesn't always work. Okay, so we're now en route to this planet on the east, to the east here, or slightly northeast. And after this, we have to turn immediately and head back up northwest to hit 2 more planets. The second one being Romulus, New Romulus. So we don't slipstream here yet, even though we could, because it'd be a waste. So we wait till we hit the planet, and I think I may be doing an audio where I just listen for it and lock on the main map right before I hit the planet, which was good timing. And that was a nice quick one, because if you can do it before you hit the planet, let the computer navigate, and then slipstream right after it. So we got extra bonuses there. I did a bounce, but it wasn't all 100%. I did out slipstream, out of slipstream, and manually correct to get this planet, and then again touch it, half speed, manually turn hard as you can, get in the right direction, get a lock, and then full speed it up, but not, and then wait for the slipstream again. Okay, we're getting closer to the end here. So this next one, we have to do a right bounce to the right. And I don't remember if I slipstreamed on this part or not, because it's such a short run, it's almost not worth it. I've tried it both ways, and I'm not sure. It feels to me that it's kind of a waste, but on the other hand, you might pick up an extra slipstream at the end. So I can't be sure which way is the best. But if you're within 30 seconds of a planet that you're going to do a hard turn on, I'm going to say no. So you do a immediate turn, and then slipstream, and here you're going to get the next 2 planets, or darn close to the next 2. So I do a bounce to the left, and the elevation check on this is tricky. Fortunately, the slipstream runs out, and I do a lock at the last second. This planet's the hardest one, I think, to touch. You have to touch it to get the points for it, and I missed it more than once. So after that planet, the next one, the last couple are pretty straightforward. You just stay lined up, make sure the elevation's right with the lock. I wait till I touch this next to last planet, because I've got at least 1 slipstream left. I can maybe eke out 2, but if you screw up, it messes you up. Once touched, I make sure I get the lock, I got the time. I slipstream straight on. I check the lock again. And it's pretty much smooth sailing here. Going to Nimbus, where this is where on my dailies I do the Nimbus runs for more, which I'll talk about later on another clip. And that gets you between 600 and 800,000 energy credits per character per day for 20 hours. And I'm sure there are PC people that can do it better, faster, but my character has no special equipment except that drive, which everybody can get at level 50. So anyway, like the video, please, because it's my first ones, and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a bunch more Star Trek ones if I can make this, learn how to do this even better. And apologize if I'm new to this, so if I make any mistakes, please be gentle. And thanks for watching.